Hey all, Valdestot here, and on tonight's video, I'm going to be discussing the unprecedented situation that has been handed before all of us, namely gig working drivers, okay? And the title of this video is Doordash, Grubhub, Ubereats, did the stimulus and unemployment actually help the gig workers by exposing the gig app business models and the resulting labor issues at restaurants? And here's my take on this. I'm going to show you a couple of slides that should really resonate with what's going on right now. And the first slide is from the past when rideshare contractors actually, formed a strike to show that, we deserve better pay than the dropping of pay that they continually did over time, to the point where it's just not profitable anymore for them to actually work. And the bottom picture is the current restaurant fast food, employee crisis, where they can't get enough employees to man their stores efficiently, as I've said in a previous video. We are living in an unprecedented time right now where pay at restaurants and fast food places are basically they're put against the wall right now. They're in a corner. Their pay went from either $2.13 per hour plus tips to and $7.25 an hour plus, with no tips, right? Look at what they are resorting to right now because there is a labor shortage. And the first picture here is Wendy's, in my local Wendy's. They're hiring from $9 to $13 an hour. They forgot the S, but I'm not going to hold them against them. $9 to $13 an hour, right? So the other picture is from Subway. Local Subway here. They are offering $100 welcome bonuses upon 90 days of employment. They are doing anything they can right now because the demand is outpacing the supply for workers. And this has never happened before. Now, there's going to be blame to go around. Restaurants are, and politicians are basically trying to blame it mainly on the free money stimulus, quote unquote free money stimulus, and expanded unemployment, right? You hear it on the news all the time. The other half is saying that this money was needed to catch up on bills from the past year and to stimulate the economy, okay? But I'm not going to get into that. That is just a result of what is going on, okay? I'm not going to get political. I'm just going to report what I see in my market, and I'm going to just let you all decide, and I'm going to give you my opinion afterwards. So, was this a good thing for gig workers? Okay, with all this going on in the restaurant fast food industry, not enough supply, too much demand. DoorDash, Grubhub, Postmates / Uber Eats now, right? This is my take. Yes, it was, and here's why. It shows that restaurants pay too little, and people that work at restaurants or fast food are normally people, as I said before, that use it as a last resort for employment. $2.13 an hour plus tips or $7.25 an hour minimum wage is not much of an incentive to go back to work when they are usually the most stressful and hard-working jobs for the money they make. These people work hard for the amount of money they make. Some people say, oh, they're lazy. Others will say, no, they work hard. But from my driver perspective, the majority of the restaurants that I go to, they are hard-working people, okay? There are a few fast food restaurants out there that don't really appreciate the job, but half of them work hard and half of them don't. That's just being truthful, okay? But can you blame them at $7.25 an hour? So, the restaurants and fast food worker shortage shows that unless pay goes up, people will try and find other employment opportunities since they now have the means to not work. They're being choosier. I mean, if you had money coming in or you had a savings banked out, right, or banked up, would you really want to work at a fast food or restaurant? Most of us would probably say no. I mean, we're gig workers. We had the opportunity to work at restaurant and fast food places, but we didn't. Why? Because the work was too hard for the pay. There are advantages of being independent contractors, but over time, those advantages are being whittled down to the point where is it worth still working at these, independent contract gig apps? Okay? So you can call this good or bad. I'm simply stating facts. If the jobs are easier and less demanding, there would be no reason for a worker to quit unless they find a better paying job, right? So high turnover typically means lower paying and less worker satisfaction. And unfortunately, the gig apps are starting to hit that category. I mean, my God, people, it went from a $5 base pay in the beginning to a $4, then to a $3, and now we're seeing $2 base pays on add-on orders on Doordash. Workers are firmly in control at the present time. It is a simple matter of supply and demand economics here. When there is too much demand for anything, in this case for the need for workers, pay will increase or they will lose out on customers due to the lack of people to service them. My own son, younger son, who works third shift at McDonald's, doesn't even have enough people, so they continually have to close that shift down, and that's a loss of revenue for them. They close third shift and bring third shift people to work first and second shift because no one either wants to work third shift at over $10 an hour there, or they're just not able to hire people in this day and age, period. We are seeing what is happening in my market to show the supply and demand effect of not having enough workers at these places. They are increasing wages and offering more incentives. Subway is offering on-the-spot $100 sign-on bonuses. Can any of you remember when restaurants ever did that? Take a look. Restaurants are resorting to bonuses for people to apply to work. So here is what gig workers must do to take advantage of this. Have a nationwide day off. I know. This is a damn near impossible feat because there are always people that will just use this and take advantage of the situation to make more money. But if the majority did it, it would still hurt their bottom line. If 80% of drivers just took a day off, that will show them that we are in solidarity. We will just do it to show that you can't just steamroll over all of us with your ridiculous rules, constant lowering of pay, trying to hide tips, and any other rule they make to make it easier to deactivate us for whatever reason. We are not expendable even though they think we are. They may think, oh, we'll just hire someone to replace you. But remember, over time, employers get a reputation. And if that reputation goes negative, those same people they think they can hire to replace us are going to have second thoughts about even attempting to apply. It happens with all corporate businesses over time. Amazon in the beginning used to be a great company. I used to work there. But over time, things got worse. That's just one example. You can go onto Indeed.com and look at the reviews on all the places that are hiring. And you will see countless comments and stories and reviews on all these places. So it's not that when it's going to happen to Doordash or any of these other places, but when it's going to happen. It's just a matter of time, and it will happen. So remember, they need orders delivered to get their service fees from restaurants and customers, and it will show them our unity even if we aren't a union or can legally form one. They can't stop us from talking on social media or in person. Never refer people to these platforms. But if you do, educate these new people about the bad aspects as well as the good. There are good things about it. But there are also bad things as well. Tell them the truth. Don't hide this from them. If you tell them to cherry pick and give them the reasons why, they will be better armed to not get used, and the less low-paying offers that are accepted, the more power we are showing them that we're not going to do it. The new people are the ones that the gig apps take the most advantage of. They literally don't know how things work. They're new. Or what their rights are as independent contractors. I put out in a previous video that no one reads the independent contract agreements. No one. And when you're a W-2 employee, you don't know you can have the right to reject as many offers as you want, like the high mileage offers or the no tip offers. You just take them. And that is why they continually keep doing what they do. Because no one tells these new people. These companies don't have a video stating this is how you do the job. Because if they did that and they told them that they had to take all offers, we wouldn't be independent contractors at that point. So they can't do it. But they also don't volunteer the information of you have the right to reject any and all offers either. Start talking to customers like I do. If they are friendly and don't seem rushed, explain why orders don't arrive as quick as they would like and tell them that our pay is literally being subsidized by customers and not the gig apps. We don't make a $7.25 per hour minimum wage. Information is power, and let the customers know they have that power. These are for the customers that care. Okay? And not all of them do. Normally, the non-tippers are the ones that don't. So use your own discretion when talking to people and customers. I know this seems like a lot of work. I never said increasing our pay and reducing our mileage or changing the rules to be fair to drivers was going to be easy. It takes time to do it. There are those that just want to pick up and deliver. Fine. I hear it on my comments all the time. Why are you fighting it? You know what you signed up for. You know what order you took when you accepted that order. Okay. They just want to pick up and deliver. Fine. That's your right. There are others that want to gripe and say, just quit if you don't like the job. And I'm going to say this. No, we like the job. We're just saying that it could be fairer and the pay and rules could be better. It's a partnership. We are business people that are contracted to drive for these gig apps. We have the right to reject what we They don't have the right to do as some people think they do. It's their company, their app, their rules. They can do whatever they want. Fine, if you want to run your company into the ground, go right ahead. But to hide 100% of tips in the test model that came out, even if they showed more than a $3 base pay, they are still hiding the tips that we all know, as I've said in earlier videos. We know they know what the full payout is 99.5% of the time, because customers want to know how much the total will be, including the tip. I would like anyone to comment after watching this video in all your total deliveries on Doordash. How many times have you seen a tip come after the fact? And I'm not talking Walmart orders here. I'm talking normal restaurant delivery orders. How many times have you gotten tipped after the delivery? Unless drivers want to continually waste time rejecting 70% of orders that you would never ever take, or resort to using third-party apps to do it for you, which in the end still wastes time if you think about it, if the majority of offers are garbage, right? Because you do know that for every automatic offer that's rejected, you may have to wait a certain amount of time to get a better offer. Then either we have to do something about it or stay silent and let them run all over us. Just look at the test pay model from a few days, last week I should say, right? Last week. At least Uber shows the estimated pay based on a customer's tipping history. DoorDash's model, that test model, is just a pure gamble. Even if they raise the base pay up to $5, okay, it's still gambling. Are you going to take a $5, even $6, or even $7 base pay offer to go 15 plus miles? I mean, come on. Most of us wouldn't even think about not hitting that reject button. Remember, this was just a test I'm talking about here, okay? There is no word if this will be officially rolled out and implemented. And I've only had one commenter on that video that I released that has almost 3,000 views that said that, oh, it's rolled out. I still have yet to hear from that person email me their proof in their market. So I call bullshit on that. He was probably just a troll, or she, I think it was a girl, was just a troll. I don't know about you, but after seeing what is happening in the restaurant fast food side of things, I am seeing a good opportunity to make our voices heard. We can for once dictate the terms and make positive changes for drivers. It isn't all just about pay. It is about changing the rules to benefit not just them, but drivers as well. And to be honest, if I were the gig apps, I would be scared if drivers wised up to this fact, to what is going on, and if we were smart enough to take advantage of this situation. So that is my take on this, and I hope this starts a conversation. I only have close to 500 subs, and I appreciate everyone that's subscribed to me. I really do. This started off in my journey as just something to pass the time. It really was. I just was, just piddling around. I'm almost in my, I'm getting close to 50. This was something to piddle around back then, just to share some of my thoughts. I wasn't taking it seriously. Then all of a sudden, the pandemic hits, and I see all the negative things like pay being lowered, rules being changed for the worse, and I started thinking, this is not right. Someone has to actually, instead of just showing how much money you can make, day, week, month, year, whatever, someone needs to shed the light on the negatives too. So, if you like this video, leave some comments. I always try to answer my comments as I see them. A lot of times YouTube doesn't even notify I have comments. I have to go through videos one by one every so often just to kind of scroll and see if any new comments have been put down. Like and subscribe, which helps this channel and helps me give out more money on the weekly giveaways. And once I hit 1,000 subscribers, the weekly payouts will increase. Guaranteed. I promise. 100% of all YouTube revenue, minus the taxes that I have to pay by giving you the money that I make from that revenue, will go back to the subscribers. And thank you so much for listening. Have a great day. I'm going to post a link for the weekly contest. And once I hit 500 subscribers, which should be soon, the next weekly giveaway will be, it may not even be on a Monday. It may just be whenever it hits 500 subscribers. I think I'm going to do 3 separate drawings. I was thinking about doing like one drawing and the top 3 get $10 for hitting when we get 500 subscribers to my channel. I'm going to say our channel. It's our community here. It's not my channel. It's for everyone. I value what everyone thinks, positive or negative, as long as you aren't trolling me and as long as you can provide evidence. I'll be more than happy to post the evidence that you provide to me that went against what I have been saying. Because, again, I don't know everything. I'm only one market. We are an entire country, okay? So once we hit 500 subscribers, I think what I'm going to do is do 3 separate drawings, hitting the randomize 3 times. That way it won't just be one drawing, it'll actually be 3. So everyone will have a chance of winning that #1 spot and each getting extra money. So thank you again. You guys have a great day, afternoon, evening, whenever you are, and I'll talk to you all later.